Good evening, everybody. Welcome back inside historic Keyworth Stadium, where tonight play rolls on in the Prinx Tires USL Cup as Detroit City FC squares up with Lexington SC. Alongside my broadcast partner, John Krieger, my name is Neil Rule. And John, as we take a look at the Group 4 standings, today is moving day.
Anytime you're in a group situation, there's a tree-shaking day. Today is it. Blue City already has 2 wins. Lexington DCFC on 1. Somebody's going to be atop the group with Louisville.
So a big 3 points as far as the Cup goes here today. As far as Detroit City FC, the last time out against Forward Madison, it was a slugfest, but it was a worldly from Yamazaki.
Look, every bit of Forward Madison tested LaRouge, but when you get beat by a Golazo, you get beat by a Golazo. That's why he was part of the team of the round. They need him to be good again tonight.
And for Detroit City FC, usually when you see a goal, number 7 is involved for DCFC. He's one of the best in all of USL Championship. It's been a bit of a dry run for Detroit City FC, but you figure tonight if something happens, that man will be involved.
This guy knows how to find the goal. He is leading the club in all competitions, and he's someone without the ball that can put himself in good positions. He'll do that tonight.
And on the other side, for Lexington SC, they also got here after a win against Forward Madison. They were the home side in this matchup, and they flexed their muscle.
They did. They showed you what kind of talent they have. The form in the league hasn't been what they would have liked, but in cup situations, that doesn't matter.
The player to watch for Lexington SC, and this is a side that brought in a lot of big-time USL talent, of course. It's going to be Aaron Malloy. They spent some big resources to get him here from Charleston Battery, and he is here, make no mistake.
Anytime you get a 4-time USL all-first-team player, he's going to be the straw that stirs the drink, and that's what they need from him today at Keyworth.
Bangers only from Aaron Malloy. 4 goals from outside the box. When we come back, we will get you the starting 11s, and of course, we will kick it. Detroit City FC, Lexington SC, the Prinx Tires USL Cup coming up next.
Adulting? Overrated. Financial freedom? Now that's the move. Meet Alumnify. Banking built for real life. No jargon. No hassle. Just smart money moves made simple. Want to save more? Spend smarter? Build wealth? We've got your back. With 0 hidden fees and game-changing savings rates. This is banking that fits your life. Alumnify. Let's go.
This is for the ones who show up strong. This is for the leaders, the doers, warriors. At Wayne State, we don't talk about strength, we show it. In classrooms and clinics, in research that starts locally and reaches statewide. So while some other places promise greatness, we'll be out there leading the way. We are more than a university in Detroit. We are Detroit in a university. Wayne State University, Warrior Strong.
Hi, I'm Jonathan with DTE Energy. August 11th is Miss Dig 811 Day in the state of Michigan. But did you know any day of the year, 24/7 is the right time to call Miss Dig? Call at least 3 days before any digging project, large or small. Our crews will mark where DTE natural gas lines run to your home or business so you can dig safely. The service is free, it's fast, and it's the law. Remember 811. Call Miss Dig first.
Join me as I take a deep dive into the least consulted ticketing app in history, SeatGeek. Did SeatGeek invent the ticket?
No, but we do make them work.
Drum roll, please. Ooh, how do I use the Seat View feature?
It shows seats with a pole blocking the view. Don't buy those.
What if I want to sit behind a pole?
Buy those.
Join me as I bore you to death with a series of interviews about a ticketing app that just does what it's supposed to do.
Prinx Tires is proud to be the presenting sponsor of the Prinx Tires USL Cup. Built for practical performance and the long haul, Prinx delivers reliability for everyday drivers like you. Visit PrinxTireUSA.com to learn more. Back inside Keyworth Stadium, let's check out the Detroit City FC starting 11, brought to you by Detroit Medical Center, the official healthcare provider of DCFC. And John, down a couple of mainstays for Detroit City FC.
No Maxi Rodriguez, but some interesting lineup choices. Mensing up top, finally getting into fitness to be able to go for City tonight. Look at Haruki Yamazaki there along the back line. I would bet he's going to be further forward than that all night.
And on the other side for Lexington SC, brought to you by Fort Pontchartrain, proud partner of Detroit City FC, and a lot of big-time names in that 11 for Lexington.
Going right back to it, we talked about Malloy in the open. Look where he is in that formation. He's going to be able to try to control that midfield, and he's a great distributor, touchline to touchline. He's going to be tough for City's midfield to compete with.
And our broadcast brought to you by Stroh's, because Stroh's is spoken here. And there you see Lexington SC in the visiting whites with the green trim. Of course, Detroit City FC, the rouge and gold as always. 85 degrees as we get things rolling. The wind out of the northwest about 11 miles per hour. And when we wrap it up, it'll be about 81 degrees. That wind will be down to 5 miles per hour. And there is Darren Smith, our player to watch. And as always, Darren Smith usually in the mix for DCFC. Detroit City will have the possession, and we are underway here at Keyworth Stadium. Neil Rule, John Krieger, USL Prinx Tires Cup. And Smith will run up. Semle getting the start at the keeper spot. Played for Philadelphia Union in MLS. Set the USL rookie clean sheet record during his time with Lou City. Had 12 of them back in 2023. He has the wind at his back and drives it about 3/4 of the way down the pitch.
Anytime you can get a guy who's that good, that young, and knows how to keep a clean sheet very early in his career, that bodes well.
A little bit of gamesmanship there from Darren Smith with Semle. As the smoke comes pouring out of the Northern Guard supporter section.
Of course, you see the rainbow colors. It's Pride Smoke time as we start the month of June, and that Pride Smoke reminds you to go to Detroit.PrideRaiser.org, Detroit.PrideRaiser.org, and make a pledge per goal for every single goal scored by the men's and women's teams combined all through the month of June. The proceeds for your per goal pledges support the Ruth Ellis Center in Detroit, providing vital support and resources for the LGBTQIA+ community. They've been a partner with Pride Raiser and Northern Guard for years. We're proud to continue that Pride Raiser tradition. Again, that address to make your pledge per goal and donate to the Ruth Ellis Center, Detroit.PrideRaiser.org.
Mensa will ping that one up over the line. Throw-in coming up for Lexington SC. They beat Forward Madison 4-2 back on April 25th in the first match. The Prinx Tires USL Cup. That foul will go against Tyrick Scott. Scott, just 20 years old, was acquired from the FC Dallas system, played 4 matches for the MLS side. Very dangerous 1v1 player, can shift gears quickly.
Certainly also getting some experience at the international level. He's a Jamaica U20 call-up.
That ball's ripped over top of the bar from distance. Boy, Aaron Malloy, all 4 of his goals have come from outside the box. He made a bid.
In fact, Lexington has only scored 4 goals from outside the box all year, and they are all from Aaron Malloy. He got that one and said, I don't need much to shoot. The only reason it went over top the goal, a little too high bounce on the artificial surface, and he got underneath it, popped it up.
He's their guy as far as set pieces go.
And Detroit City knows how effective he can be. This is a guy that has terrorized LaRouche in the back line throughout his USL Championship career.
Of course, spent some time with Charleston Battery. That's where he came from. This Lexington SC side, they made a commitment to this squad with the talent that they brought in. Philip Goodrum brought him in. He's unavailable tonight. They have made a commitment, no doubt.
Absolutely. Another guy not in the lineup for Lexington tonight, Luis Felipe. 168 appearances with Sacramento Republic. Veteran guys to start Lexington SC. Of course, Detroit City FC thrilled that one of the good guys that Lexington had was Atez Diouf. Couldn't find a way to get him to go the way they wanted. Sent him up here to Detroit City FC, and he's in the squad for LaRouche tonight.
Devin Amumenso wiped out. And Haruki Yamazaki takes exception. And they're calling for the training staff. Let's see what exactly transpired. That was Tyreek Scott again.
So Scott's getting the talking to, and I think what the belief of our referee tonight, Abdu Njai, is that was probably just a 50-50 ball where the challenges weren't timed very well. Not really, in his opinion, malicious. Anytime you have that kind of 50-50 challenge, DCFC will argue that Amumenso had already won the ball and that challenge was late.
Direct ball pinged up looking for Juve. Well, Juve almost brought that thing down with 1 foot. But John, we will say this, you mentioned it, the talking to in the 5th minute obviously goes in the memory bank for the official.
Sure, absolutely.
Maybe the leash gets a little shorter.
Always. Look, anytime the first couple of decisions an official makes in a contest begin to set the standard. And what referee Njai is doing there is, by having that talking to in minute 5, kind of saying that I understand it's a little more than just a foul, and I want to let everybody know that I'm watching, in an attempt to keep the physicality to a minimum between two sides that like to play a physical game.
So Semele will line it up. 27 years old, has been doing it a long time already. 6'3", has all the size you want, as you can see on your screen right now, has the boot you want.
A very effective boot too.
It changes matches. It does. When you get your first touch, you're 3/4 of the way down the pitch.
So much of the end-to-end part of soccer is the ability to flip the script, right? So when you have a keeper that can put it with regularity from his area past the halfway line, almost to the edge of the center circle or further, it really allows you to send those wing backs up, try to compact the pitch. You've got a guy that can deliver it on a dime, and so your guy can win the aerial duel. It's a real asset.
Darren Smith nearly was able to take it away. Good jump from Darren Smith so far here tonight.
He's out and ready to go.
Tied for 4th in all the USL Championship in goals this season. Has 6.
And by the way, that's with a bit of a dry spell. So shows you how good the start was. He's just looking to get back on track.
Ball redirected out of play. Darren Smith, before coming to Detroit City FC, spent a decade Finland, Morocco. He's playing all over the world. Spent some time as a model in commercials as well. That is an avenue that was closed to you and I, John.
Listen, I have a 6-pack. There's just a keg in front of it, my brother. A lot of things closed to us. Neither one of us have the athletic ability or the looks.
Dalu standing there, the Northern Guard really getting on Malloy.
It's very interesting. Malloy starting that down the pitch. Lexington FC content to take a lot off the ball in the early going here. Looks like they may be content at times with slowing this game down a little bit.
Crowd making their feelings known right now as well.
One thing about the Northern Guard, they've never met an opinion they wouldn't feel comfortable expressing.
You don't have to wonder where they stand.
Nope.
As I always like to say, Blaine Ferry touches it up ahead. Medense towards the 18. And that foul will be called. Yamazaki doing the work, getting rewarded with the whistle. And once again, Tyreek Scott in the mix. Montgomery tracks back. Ball driven out to the middle. Malloy able to control it. They'll touch it over to Rafa Minsigan. Minsigan toe pokes it ahead. Great work by Rafa. Then it's taken back by Marcus Epps.
Good physical challenge by Epps there. Minsigan was trying to use the toe poke to start something down the wing, and Epps stood him up and said, nope.
That ball will go to Carlos Herrera, who is tied for first in the USL in terms of clean sheets. And fans, Prinx Tires proud to be the presenting sponsor of the Prinx Tires USL Cup, built for practical performance and the long haul. Prinx delivers reliability every day for drivers like you. Visit PrinxTireUSA.com to learn more. Ball just took too big of a hop for Darren Smith to bring it down. Throw coming up for City. Lou made a quick turn with it. Yamazaki way up.
We talked about that when we told you about the lineups. I think he is a right back in name only or position only.
On a piece of paper.
Yep. You're going to see him want to push forward, trust the back three to really anchor things down and try to get an extra body in that midfield layer to really move things forward.
Momensa drives it, looking for Juve. Juve keeps his ground, wins the ball. Oh, and a whistle. Sounds against Ates Juve, who looked like he did everything right.
That's a real late whistle.
We'll let you be the referee at home. Our Fago replay. Start coming up for Blaine Ferry. Ferry, another veteran. 60 matches played during his time at FC Tulsa. Very accurate passer as well. Momensa surveys the scene. John, what are you seeing here tactically from Lexington? Looks like a very compact, a lot of bodies in the middle.
They're daring City to go over the top, and there is the over-the-top ball, but when City does go over the top.
There's a right foot shot. Misfire there. Rafa Minsigan, though, working his way loose.
First touch was a little heavy there, Neil. Kind of swung and popped up underneath it. You asked me what I see tactically from Lexington. They're going to try to gum up midfield. What they want is Detroit City FC to go over the top and play right into their back four. Back four doesn't really come forward. They've got enough bodies in midfield. They just want to play the physical game and not allow the fluid style of play that Detroit City FC likes to play to exist there. They will close down the ball quickly, and it's going to be one-touch passing that'll beat them.
And that ball sent up towards the 18. Right foot shot by Silva is blocked. As Juve comes back to take it away temporarily. Ball sent up ahead. This could be dangerous. Here comes Scott up ahead. Scott chips it and sends it over top of the wall. Beautiful job by Carlos Herrera.
Anytime you're a keeper and you're confident, you got to make the shooter make a choice. First one to make the choice usually is going to lose. And so when Herrera comes out, there's the ball in. Defenders aren't going to catch it up. Momensa does its best to try to turn him wide. But Herrera coming made him make the decision, and by rushing the shot, he pops it over the bar.
Momensa will drive it right side.
You see with that long ball, though, Neil, Rafa Minsigan is the only guy forward. And so he's got a marker right with him. And one of the two center backs then shades over about 5-10 yards off the play in case Minsigan wins the duel. If you're going to go over the top, you have to have more than one body get forward to be on the end of it. Otherwise, you're playing right into a 1v2 that's easily turned into a play the other way for Lexington.
Montgomery will play it back to Carlos Herrera, but kind of backing up to what you were talking about, John. Tactically with Lexington SC, when you go in the middle and you got 6'2" and 6'3" at your center back spot, you're kind of playing to your strength, right? You want to go over the top, you got to go way over the top.
Absolutely. You know, we're talking hockey before the broadcast, right? The way that Lexington's playing right now is that physical guy in the middle of the ice that'll just stand you up.
And here comes Joof making a run. Joof goes down and a penalty's awarded. Atez Joof draws the penalty and the yellow. He's so dynamic, 1v1, and so dangerous.
Hey, there's the club that didn't want him, and he showed him why they were wrong. Comes in, gets the ball on the byline, beats his man, takes it into the box. Here's the ball forward for Atez Joof. The defender misses. Joof gets the ball on it. Great first touch, then just turns on the afterburner. And the only thing his defender can do is either let him march through on goal or take him down and risk the penalty. And that's exactly what happened. And Atez Joof shows why that extra gear is why City wants him in rouge.
Xavier Zenge goes in the books. Rafa Minsigan will give way to Atez Joof. He got the penalty. He will step up.
Do you think this means a lot to him? Penalty against Lexington.
Semle, 6'3". Huge moment here in the 16th minute of this match. Prinx Tires USL Cup. Joof, can he deliver? The stop is made, and it's put wide of the goal. Oliver Semle closes the door.
Plain and simple, not the best penalty from Atez Joof. If you're going to go low, you got to find the posts. Because anything low and inside with a keeper with that size, the chances of a save go exponentially up.
Sherwin-Williams corner kick for Detroit City FC. Floated towards the back post. Joof tries to control it around two defenders and does. Works some magic around that goal line. Slots it across. Silva tries to shield it. That pass redirected, bounces out. And taken away, boy, good job by Kobe Hernandez. Foster lets it rip and sends it over top of the crossbar.
City buzzing right now. They found a way to put a little pressure on, and we talked about the need for one-touch passing. Boy, they've had it. Let's take a look at the penalty again. As Atez Joof ruse the miss. Here's the penalty draw. Joof turns it on, turns the afterburners on, draws the penalty well, easy decision. But this penalty, not what he would have wanted. Not near the post. Watch the back view here. Puts it toward the corner, but it's too far inside, and big keeper like that telegraphed his shot a little bit. Keeper read it, got down, made a very good save, and we stay level. And City misses an opportunity early in this one.
This portion of the broadcast brought to you by Motor City Casino. Neil Rule, John Krieger here with you, 18th minute. Keyworth Stadium, Prinx Tires USL Cup. Second match for both of these teams. This is a movement day of sorts, huge 3 points. Both teams sitting on a win. They would take a hammerlock as far as the top two positioning goes. Of course, Lou City already 2-0 in the group. Darren Smith sprinting back, sprinting across, and Darren Smith asking some questions.
That's what you love to see from your center forward in that position. There's the turnover.
That ball's taken away, touched across. Joof is back to the goal. Shot was blocked. City may have gotten away with a handball. Ball sent to the middle. Ryan Williams had it touched away.
This plays right into Detroit City's hands, Neil. End-to-end action is what they want.
Medense rolls it across. Pass toe poked into the box. Scott goes back to it. That shot sent high and wide of the goal. Nick Firmino, who's got a couple goals this season, let it go.
Good job by City there. Could have been a collision in the area, and when you've already been given a penalty, you always kind of want to be wary in your own defensive penalty area. A little bit of a breather for everybody as Carlos Herrera on this hot Michigan day slows things a little bit.
85 degrees outside. The humidity isn't as bad as it was this morning. But you figure 85 degrees, sun's been out all day long. Temperature on that pitch is well into the 90s, you would imagine.
You're cooking a little bit.
The whistle goes against Alex Dalou.
Another guy who's having a good day for Lexington right now, Midense, on the near side.
Loy slots it across the pitch. Donia stepped up to it. It's taken away. And as Foster will send it back. Montgomery. Notice his size right away, 6'3". He's every bit of 6'3". That ball sounded like a rocket just over top of Rafa Mintz again. And fans, you can turn to the CBS Sports Network on Wednesday, June 10th for a USL Eastern Conference Championship clash under the lights. The Tampa Bay Rowdies defend their home turf against the battle-tested Charleston Battery at 7 p.m. Eastern. Catch all the action at CBS Sports Network on June 10th. That is a huge matchup.
Of course, you and I will be in action on Wednesday night as well, right here at Keyworth Stadium. Detroit City FC versus El Paso. Tickets still available. Get your tickets for Wednesday night's match here at Keyworth. DebtCityFC.com.
Tez Juve on the left side. 50-50 ball played out. Silva will fire it back to Montgomery. And Williams turns. Detroit City FC, you can see the flags. DCFC going into that wind here in the first half.
And it has freshened a little bit since kickoff. Flags are blowing straighter across the way.
Tez Juve gets on the end of that one, and his cross goes out. DCFC looking for a corner. They will not get it.
And this is where Semle's boot's going to really help Lexington, because the City back line had been able to slowly compact the pitch. They were standing with their heels on the halfway line, and now they're going to have to respect Semle. And he will surely put it deep.
This portion of the broadcast brought to you by Old Nation Brewing Company, celebrating 10 years of independent and respectfully brewed beers. Could be a good Old Nation evening tonight.
Wouldn't mind a couple.
Semle drives it. The wind at his back. Montgomery goes up and wins it temporarily. Silva. Flick it back to Herrera.
You see the difference the wind makes, because Herrera's got a good boot too, and that didn't make it to the halfway line.
Ryan Williams tracks back. And there is a good look at the mass of humanity in the middle for Lexington SC.
2 up pressing the ball, 4 behind. And the center backs creeping forward too. That's 8 players for Lexington within about 15 yards of each other. Not allowing movement through the midfield, daring you to go over the top.
Now Azaki tried to break it down, could not, lost the ball. John, is that what it's going to take? A 1v1? Just someone make a play, right?
Right, well, first of all, it's going to take DCFC making somebody miss. The Lexington setup is built on everybody doing their job and it's almost like a zone defense, right? So what you have to do if you're City is make one guy miss, because that's going to force another player to come in and cover, and that's going to open the gap they leave. And then if you keep the touches quick enough, you can move the ball down the pitch.
Darren Smith's activity creates the turnover. That was a giveaway by Lexington SC. Here's Juve with it.
See the aggressiveness with closing down the ball, though, Neil? 3 players converging there, and they come out with it. That's a good block.
Montgomery cuts it off and controls it. Yamazaki wants to go, pings it up ahead. Will it check up? Dalu, and it did. Dalu will get a corner, I believe. Or will it be a throw? Let's see.
Made on the line. Throw very deep.
Silva will toss it in. Alex Dalu putting in a pretty good shift so far here tonight. Played 53 matches for FC Tulsa the last 2 seasons. To Schoolcraft College in the Detroit area.
The Ocelots, a very good JUCO program.
Williams runs it back to Amumensa. Popped up, headed down. Detroit City has had by far most of the ball here in this match. 60% of the possession.
And I guarantee you, Neil, with the way Lexington is set up so far, Detroit City FC ruining that penalty miss, because that would have forced Lexington to open up a little bit as the match moved on. But the penalty miss means that Lexington can continue to set up in this defense designed to stymie.
Alex Dalu does well. Undresses his defender. Chips it up ahead. Darren Smith trying to get on the end of it. It's headed away. And that will go out for a corner. Kendall Burks did really the only thing he could do in that situation.
And City will take the set piece.
DCFC doubling up Lexington right now in shots at 6-3. And it's been a long time since the visitors have had the ball in the final third of DCFC with any intent. Ryan Williams will serve it up. DCFC really far up.
This is what they want. Try to
that ball whipped in. The shot's blocked. Rafa Minzigan. His cross cut out, but another corner coming up for Detroit City FC.
Really good pressure by LaRouge right now. They know what Lexington wants to do, but they've gotten a couple of those 1v1 misses, and they continue to keep the pressure on.
This portion of the broadcast brought to you by Wayne State University, the official higher education partner of Detroit City Football Club. Another Sherman Williams corner kick for DCFC. This would be Kobe Hernandez Foster in swinging it. Kobe drives it. It's punched out. It's headed by Darren Smith. It's in the back of the net. Callum Montgomery. Darren Smith kept it alive. Montgomery bags it. 1-0 City.
That is simply a perfect set piece. Create chaos, and from chaos comes bliss. And the rainbow smoke pours out of the northern guard. Watch this ball, low, never gets above the crossbar. One touch, open player, clear header, a screener to beat. And it might have been Darren Smith. No, it was Montgomery on the back end. But that's Darren Smith heading it in. You were right, partner. And Callum Montgomery puts it home. A beautifully in-swinging ball. Tough to defend when it never gets above the height of the crossbar. Headed back out and touched in.
That was a Motor City Casino goal. Callum Montgomery And John, before that corner, brought up the fact that Man City is moving up on this corner, and that is the why, because your guy that is 6'3" got the job done.
And how about this? That's $1,200 plus for the Ruth Ellis Center. Again, to make your donations, Detroit.prideraiser.org.
Coming up now for Lexington SC. So partner, we're a half hour in. Of course, the circumstances and the stakes literally just changed, but you were talking before, DCFC able to crack the pressure, get a goal. How does this change things for Lexington?
Well, first of all, if we get to halftime and it's still 1-0, you're going to see Lexington have to chase the game a little bit, because in a cup competition, you really can't afford to drop points against your contenders for the top 2 spots. The other thing is that City have proven now that with a couple of good quick touches, they can beat that compact midfield, and so Lexington is going to have to respect that a little more. It may create some more passing lanes if they have to challenge the ball tighter, and they can work through that to control again.
Smith's back heel pass couldn't connect. Boy, Darren Smith, he's called for the foul. Darren Smith has been shot out of a cannon here tonight.
He is here to play. This is a guy who wanted to come out and have a good cup performance tonight. He knows this team has needed his goals or needed his play, and he is determined to ask the questions. He's run at every ball sent to a keeper. He's going touchline to touchline. That kind of energy forces mistakes.
And that whistle will go against Montgomery.
And that's a good decision. A lot of people, Montgomery's the guy that goes down there, but Montgomery initiated to go over the top, and he was not in position to win that ball. So when the ball is between, when there is a player between you and the ball and you go over the top and lose control of your body, that's going to be a decision that goes against you. And now for Aaron Malloy, this is a very dangerous set-piece spot.
Fago replay.
So the ball there is won, right? It goes up into the air, but you've got a situation where Lexington and Midense are in position there, and Montgomery comes over the top.
And this, as you talked about, partner, a very dangerous setup. Aaron Malloy, every yard matters where this kick is awarded.
Of course, referee Njai advising people to get back behind the spray. Why can't we stand right in front of the ball? I didn't know that rule.
Blaine Ferry there, but might just be for looks. I think this is going to be Aaron Malloy's show. 4 goals on the season, 4 goals all outside the box. Carlos Herrera stands ready. He knows it. Big moment. Malloy runs up, fizzes it in, and Herrera able to fight it off and send it over top of the bar.
Oh, that is such a tough save for Herrera. It skipped right before him, and the spin on the ball changed. He was going down thinking it was going to come in one way. The ball, watch it check up right there. Dropped down and popped up, and he still got the paw on it. Concedes the corner, but that's fine. That is Herrera making a heck of a save.
It was a big-time adjustment. Of course, he has that sun right in his eyes the whole time and directly here on this corner. Yeah, he was just able to fight that off.
Great body control.
Corner driven in. Herrera had it, bounced it, and caught it. He will float it out. Can DeLue get on the end of it?
No, but that doesn't matter because now City have the throw because they didn't want to let DeLue go down the wing. And so now all of the pressure that Lexington had being able to bring center backs forward, move things into the attacking third is gone. And Detroit City can set things up here in the middle of the park. And you can already see a change tactically here. Lexington that had been playing in 2 straight banks of 4 in the midfield. Now if you look, Neil, in the top of your screen there, it's a midfield diamond. They've switched up the midfield shape so they can take advantage.
Rolls it right side, running up into the play. Rafa Mintz again towards the back post, just over top of Juve, but Silva will track back and take care of it. Silva battling, turns, crosses it. Nobody on the other side. Rafa Mintz again, though, ends up on the end of it. Boy, good move by Rafa. Sent it to the post. Montez Juve had a look at it.
It's a nice flick out wide if you can control.
Silva has Juve.
Smart. The cross wasn't there. Nobody in position. In that case, you want to keep possession, and that's exactly what Detroit City FC do. It allows you to try again.
Played back to Herrera. 35th minute. Mensa will try the right side. Hernandez Foster drives it in. Dalou with the control. Montez Juve tried to step through. Taken away from behind. Firmino.
I'll tell you what, Detroit City FC is a step faster right now than just about everybody in white. They are letting speed try to dictate a little bit of the contest here as we head toward the closing minutes of the first half.
Saki Hemi, the head coach of Lexington SC, able to grab that ball, get it to his guys real quick. Interim head coach at New Mexico United, also for the Chicago Stars. They played it towards the middle. There's nobody on the left side. Cross in, Amumensa cuts it out. Boy, 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 Marcus Epps was all by himself for a moment.
And Juve, I think, might be going in the book. Or check it, Amumensa might be going in the book.
Actually, I think that's going to go to Tyrick Scott.
Well, that's deserved, but he walked past Scott before he lifted the card, and I wonder, it is going to be Scott. And the reason it's going to be Scott comes from about 5 minutes in, and then about 4 minutes after that, he got called for another foul just at the top of the D down here. And now there's that third foul, and all of a sudden you have the toting up and already the talking to, and out comes the plastic.
There you see Masaki Hemi. He knows he's got his attacker on a booking. He's been running a little hot all evening so far. And folks, remember, the month of June is here, and that means it's Pride Raiser time once again for Detroit City FC. Each goal scored during the month of June raises money, which benefits the Ruth Ellis Center, a great organization making a tangible difference in the LGBTQ+ community. Scan the QR code on your screen now and make your pledges. Of course, so far, Detroit City FC, they've done their part to raise money with that 1-0 lead.
$1,200 plus into the Ruth Ellis Center's coffers. Do I hear 24? Maybe 36?
Maybe pushing that by the time June is over.
Oh, I wouldn't mind if we pushed it by tonight. Get a good $3,600 in the coffers of Ruth Ellis Center. Listen, Ruth Ellis Center does amazing work here in Detroit. Everything from support and resources to finding housing and shelter for people in the LGBTQIA+ community that have been unfortunately turned out of their homes by families that chose to handle that incorrectly. And they are really an essential resource and worthy of your support.
Firmino with the control. This is the first established control Lexington SC has had in a long time. Malloy sends it out to the right side.
Neil, if you look at the heat map of this first half.
Sent towards the back post, headed down, knocked down, and the shot and the stop is made by Herrera.
And then cleared away. If you look at the heat map of this first half, the Detroit City FC attacking third, full of red. Lots of bodies. The Lexington half looks like a nice spring rain. Greens, a little bit of yellow. It has been a decided advantage for Rouge in terms of territory on the pitch.
Carlos Herrera is down. They are calling for the athletic training staff. There's Carlos Saldana who stepped up. He's starting to stretch. And did this shot go off his head? Yes, it did.
Yes, it did. Oh, and he had nothing he could do to get out of the way of that or get a hand up. That's a ball with some serious speed right off the head.
Second keeper Carlos Saldana mobilizes into warm-ups. His teammates standing over Herrera. Dicchio with the coaching staff.
And Herrera, and by the way, Herrera knew it right away, put his hand up. Boy, you hope he's all right. And you know Maureen Lilla and everybody on that training staff will make sure his safety is the priority, especially when you're talking about head contact, possible head injuries. They'll want to make sure he's okay, can continue.
Looks like he will continue. So the training staff will vacate the pitch, and I believe it's a corner coming up. The ball floated in. Herrera punches it out. Kobe Hernandez Foster just clear it out.
That's just smart. So many bodies down in the defensive third for City. You just want to send that one out there and let everybody stretch out a little bit. Give your keeper a little bit of time to regroup, set things up.
This portion of the broadcast brought to you by DTE Energy. Score energy savings this spring by visiting dteenergy.com/save-energy. Definitely want to hit up DTE's site. Get some tips. Of course, we're getting into the air conditioning season. See what you can do to keep that bill low.
I'm always a fan of DTE's budget-wise billing. Keeps the billing level all year.
Yeah, there are great tools on their website, no doubt.
A lot of great tools to make energy bills manageable and work with your resources for you.
Ordonez rolls it out left side. John Lafferty with it. The give, the go, turning with the left foot was Marcus Epps. That shot was blocked. Now a goal kick coming up. But John, over the course of the last 4 minutes or so, Lexington SC has come on in this match.
Yep, they've finally decided to press forward. They've opened things up a little bit in midfield. Part of the reason they weren't ever able to get forward is they were focusing so much on controlling the middle of the park and couldn't get anybody forward. Now they've kind of loosened up the midfield. We've seen them switch from a block of 4 to a diamond. They're sending players up the wings. They're trying to be a little more expansive. On the other end of that for Detroit City, it does open up the counter much more. It opens up the wings in transition. So Lexington getting some joy from this, but also opening some opportunities for LaRouge the other way.
Kendall Burks able to go up and get it. Darren Smith on the island trying to battle. Darren Smith has had as high of a work rate as anybody, maybe more than anybody in this match.
I will tell you, Callum Montgomery has the goal. Darren Smith right now is the man of the match. The way he's been running and asking questions all over the place.
Ferry. Switch. Epps has been pretty good in the last few minutes here on that left side. Epps will drive it towards the back post over Cook. That got taken away up in the wind. Epps is a guy on MLS USL Championship minutes. Played 35 matches in MLS. Very explosive player.
Little battle here developing in the middle of the park. Malloy and Dalu locking up a little bit. Malloy's had his head on a bit of a swivel, checking where Dalu is.
Juve got a head on that ball, but flicked it over the line. Zenge will come over to throw it in. He was an All-American during his time at college at Dayton. Scott. His cross is overcooked as well.
That's the other side of going with the wind. Sometimes you can overcook a cross really easily. As you predicted, partner, the wind's starting to die down a little bit toward halftime. So City will not have that benefit as they head that way in the second half.
Well, it wasn't so much me; it was the weather channel. You know, I got to give them their credit.
Partner, I'm trying to give you credit here. I'm putting it up on a tee for you, and you just swung and missed. What are you doing?
That ball flicked up ahead. Montez Juve landed hard. Juve, this seems to happen to Atez usually about once a match because he's so active in the air. And he's willing to lay it all on the line.
And by the way, it is not comfortable landing on an artificial surface back first.
Get ready to motor on toward stoppage time. I'm told it'll be 3 minutes once we get there.
And that makes sense. The penalty administration, the injury to Herrera. Good timekeeping by the referee.
Herrera drives it. Be on the other side for DCFC. Mensa tried to post up to keep the control. Good battle there. Yense able to control it. Foul. You know what that means. Number 6 will trot over and give one a go. John, you don't want to play with fire too often. There, Malloy.
No, because that's right in the money area for him. Get it up over the ball, get it to bend a little bit.
And the wind's at his back.
And by the way, Herrera got one off his head 10 minutes ago.
And Ferry up there. It looks like he may be the one who'll be giving this one a go. Now Malloy tracking back.
He was never given it a go.
Here we go. Malloy gives way. Ferry towards the back post, and Herrera came flying off the line. Never a doubt for Carlos Herrera.
Great cone, great catch. Excellent challenge. And by the way, you know what? Proved me wrong. Fine. I thought there was no way that Ferry was going to touch that ball. But they tried to mix it up, and a great, confident challenge and catch by Herrera.
Should be a throw for City, and it will be given to Lexington.
The unlicensed referees across the way registering their discontent. That's got to be a foul. That's a push in the back.
Zaki down, grabbing at the same spot. Juve was. Stick around at the half. We'll take a look at what's going on all around USL Championship with the Prinx Tires USL Cup.
This is Malloy again. Suffice to say, he's not a fan favorite here in Detroit.
Now Malloy getting a talking to.
You know what? That's good refereeing, though. That's 2 very hard fouls from Malloy in the first half. It's good refereeing by the official to step in and let the player know you're on my radar.
Sure, stick around at the half as well. Maxi Rodriguez feature for you. Tries to work his way back into the lineup. Mensa floated that one across. Darren Smith content to win the throw. Montgomery making his way to be a target.
That has had some success already tonight.
Throw floats in towards Montgomery. Flicking back, and it's cleared out. Now Mensa waits on it. And there is the halftime whistle. Detroit City FC, who had moments of domination in that first half. We'll go to the locker room with a 1-0 lead.
Fitting lead for Detroit City after 45 minutes. You thought they might rue the penalty miss halfway through the opening frame, but a set-piece beauty and a great tap-in for Detroit City FC from Montgomery gives them the lead at the break. Now it's all about retooling to hold on in the second 45.
That will take us to the halftime break. Of course, halftime highlights and stats were brought to you by iCryro as well. Halftime brought to you by Stroh's. 1-0, Detroit City FC with the lead.
There's a beer in the D for me and you. From Royal Oak to Jefferson Avenue. Grab a friend and a jersey too and chant. Chant like you give a damn.
Adulting? Overrated. Financial freedom? Now that's the move. Meet Alumnify. Banking built for real life. No jargon. No hassle. Just smart money moves made simple. Want to save more? Spend smarter? Build wealth? We've got your back. With zero hidden fees and game-changing savings rates. This is banking that fits your life. Alumnify. Let's go.
This is for the ones who show up strong. This is for the leaders, the doers, warriors. At Wayne State, we don't talk about strength, we show it in classrooms and clinics, in research that starts locally and reaches statewide. So while some other places promise greatness, we'll be out there leading the way. We are more than a university in Detroit. We are Detroit in a university. Wayne State University, Warrior Strong.
Today's broadcast is presented by Stroh's, because Stroh's is spoken here. And by Fort Pontchartrain, proud hotel partner of DCFC. (1-0) Detroit City FC with the lead over Lexington SC. Of course, Maxi Rodriguez been the heart and soul for this Detroit City FC side since he re-signed back with the side. Let's learn a little more about Maxi. Back post again, Rodriguez scores! Maxi Rodriguez able to turn around the City into the back of the net, and we are level. Maxi Rodriguez deliver. Of course, it's Maxi Rodriguez.
I think for me it was like a second chance to be where I'm cared about, where I'm loved, as well as somewhere where I'm very fond of and had so many incredible memories here. And there's also a group of guys that I trust, that I've seen them go from like kind of being my teammate to then seeing them get married, go to their weddings, see them have kids, grow up. So I think being around those guys and some of my best friends is obviously a chance I couldn't pass up. I think Danny trusts me and trusts me to be a big player in big moments for the club, as well as to try to be a leader for the team, for the club, for new guys like Rio who's coming, that I've known him. So yeah, just being a leader for the team and organizing whenever I need to.
Not only is he a bubbly, personality, he's a big character within the locker room. He trains with an intensity that we missed last year as well. And he brings that to the field as well. Yeah, it was a no-brainer for us when speaking to the ownership. They were like, yep, absolutely, let's bring him home. So I think Maxi was relieved. I think he's super excited to prove a point as well that, yeah, this is his home and he wants to do well. When we, my first year, we finished third in the league that year. He had incredible year, not only from a playing standpoint, but goal scoring standpoint and being a presence from set plays. He's going to be a massive plus for us as well.
To be able to come back to Detroit, where I know the coach, Danny, who trusts me, who I know the players, and the grit and the chip on the shoulder that they kind of all have. Club that my family cares about a lot, which they've actually never come to Detroit, but my mom was one of the most excited people to know that I was coming back. It was kind of ideal for me. The culture here in DCFC is strong, it gets better and better, and it's something that I think drives the club and helps win games on Saturdays.
This week on USL All Access, the 19-year-old rookie for Charleston Battery, Colton Swan, joins the show.
Just one of 3 players called outside of the MLS pyramid, only 2 from USL Championship play. Why has his star been on the rise recently for the Charleston Battery? And what's next for the U.S. Youth National Team player? Prinx Tires Cup. Back this weekend, what group do you have to keep an eye on?
Prinx tires in the USL help soccer journeys everywhere to drive harder. From city playgrounds to suburban sidelines, from early mornings to late nights, from fun with friends to winner takes all, from the biggest fan to the biggest heart. And at every turn, Prinx tires will be there for the long haul.
Pain doesn't care who you are or why you hurt, but pain can be mastered if you know the way. Fight back with Tiger Balm's legendary herbal power. Trusted for over 100 years, our proven blend of camphor, menthol, and essential oils tames pain with the strength and speed of the tiger, so that you can rise above pain and get back to living. This is the way of the tiger.
Today, we accomplished nothing. I mean it, not a thing. And it was kinda everything.
This summer, get 1,000 bonus points and a chance to win 250,000 bonus points.
It is halftime in the Prinx Tires USL Cup. The drama is building in all groups. I'm Dan Lucas inside the USL studio with a look at some of the headlines from League One and the championship. The lone unbeaten club in both leagues is putting up dominant numbers in a 2026 turnaround. The Tampa Bay Rowdies have scored first in all 13 of their matches in all competitions this year. But if you break it down to just 11 games in the championship, the Rowdies have outshot their opponents 50-28 so far. Congratulations to Greenville Triumph for opening the latest of the new stadiums in League One. The Triumph began play in GE Vernova Park with a win over Forward Madison. League One now boasts 3 brand new stadiums in 2026. Young players are starting to earn more and more playing time in League One and the USL Championship. How about Santiago Higuereta from AV Alta? He scored his first professional goal in Week 12. At age 17 years, 249 days old, Higuereta is the youngest goal scorer in AV Alta history, and he beats out Vigo Ortiz of Charlotte Independence by 43 days for the League One youngest player to score this season. Upcoming national spotlight games next Wednesday, the Rowdies and Charleston Battery, Forward Madison and Fort Wayne on the 17th, and Las Vegas and Orange County on the CBS Sports Network. This is the USL Halftime Update. Let's get you back out to your match.
Prinx Tires is proud to be the presenting sponsor of the Prinx Tires USL Cup. Built for practical performance and the long haul, Prinx delivers reliability for everyday drivers like you. Visit PrinxUSA.com to learn more. Welcome back inside historic Keyworth Stadium. 1-0 Detroit City FC with the lead. And John, we talked about it. It is a Prinx Tires USL Cup Saturday. All the teams all around USL Championship taking part in the action. Of course, you look at Tampa Bay Rowdies with a 2-0 lead over Sporting Jacks. Of course, Hartford Athletic with the 1-0 lead over the New York Cosmos. And John, looking at the rest of the evening's lineup, what's John Krieger Saturday night going to look like?
You know, when I get home, Neil, and kick back and watch TV, I'm going to turn on Golazo, the late match tonight, and 11 o'clock kickoff at Heart Health Park. It's Sacramento Republic and Monterey Bay FC to get some cup points. So it's going to be a wonderful evening late into the night of USL Prinx Cup USL soccer.
And play will wrap up with Brooklyn FC Portland Hearts of Pine on Sunday, June 7th, which is tomorrow at 3 o'clock. We'll take our final halftime break, come back, get you some highlights, and get you caught up with everything that happened in the first half. This is USL Championship Soccer.
Here's Smith again, the chip! Give him two! Kicks through two defenders! Oh, what a goal by Juve! Service on the corner! And it's 1-0 City!
Adulting? Overrated. Financial freedom? Now that's the move. Meet Alumnify. Banking built for real life. No jargon. No hassle. Just smart money moves made simple. Want to save more? Spend smarter? Build wealth? We've got your back. With zero hidden fees and game-changing savings rates. This is banking that fits your life. Alumnify. Let's go.
Soccer. Watch it at Detroit's premier soccer bar, the Detroit City Clubhouse. We have domestic and international soccer. Enjoy cold beer. Don't forget to pies. The Detroit City Clubhouse. Perfect for birthday parties and corporate events. Detroit City Clubhouse. Detroit's home for soccer.
Back to historic Keyworth Stadium, 1-0 Detroit City FC with the lead. Let's check out the highlights from our first half of action. Of course, halftime brought to you by Stroh's. And John, Detroit City FC certainly the aggressor throughout the majority of the first half, and Antez Juve would go make a play.
He turned the afterburners on, drew the penalty against his former club, got in there, drew the foul, but then the penalty, not what he would have wanted. I think he telegraphed it all the way, and Semla gets down and makes the save. Beautiful read by the keeper, and it's put wide for the corner, and it's 0-0 at that point as City thought they were going to rue that penalty miss. But then on 28 minutes, a piece of set-piece mastery. Ball never got above the height of the crossbar. It's headed out by Darren Smith. He puts it back in, and on the other end is Callum Montgomery, unmarked, and puts it home. And Detroit City FC, Callum Montgomery fires them into the lead. That's where we are after 45 minutes.
Can Detroit City FC make it stand up? Of course, first half highlights and stats brought to you by iCryo. Recover, recharge, reignite. In the possession department, and the shot department kind of tells a story.
Great possession for City, 57%, 3-1 in corners. Shots 9-5, shots on target 2 each. But that 9 shots on goal, Neil, really tells you that the possession for City has been in better areas of the pitch. If you have possession and you're Lexington, but you don't get into the attacking third, it doesn't mean a whole lot. But for Detroit City FC to have the possession advantage and the shots advantage tells you that they've been able to have the better of the opening 45 minutes.
Subs for Lexington SC. We will work to get you those. It looks like Javane Brown will come in as we wrap up halftime, presented by Pabst Light, America's quality light beer. So some movement in Saki Hemi. Jacob Green will come in as well. Braudilio Rodriguez will join Javane Brown. So 3 subs, very aggressive for Lexington.
And that might indicate that they're looking to set up a different kind of attack here in the second half, Neil, because that first half was all about controlling midfield. But you know what? They don't have the chips right now. They're down a goal. So you got to kind of have to switch the tactics up, try to press City a little bit. That may leave some openings for LaRouge the other way, and especially down the wings where City was able to get some joy in the opening half. And we're underway.
Neil Rule, John Krieger here with you as the second half kicks off. Historic Keyworth Stadium, another big crowd on hand as always. Atmosphere certainly electric. Throw coming up for Detroit City. And as I peruse the pitch, I do believe Tyrick Scott, one of the players that have come out. Of course, he was playing on a booking. And Atez Diouf looks and sees the flag up. He disagrees. Restart coming up for Lexington.
2 players on the booking, Zengay and Scott. You're right, I don't see Scott out there, partner. So 1 guy on a booking gone. Gotta tip the hat to Alex Delou. He is unifocused on stopping Malloy. He doesn't care what is happening anywhere else on the pitch.
Emilio Rodriguez, recent addition, this Lexington SC side. Got the touch, got the control. Ball cleared out. Ryan Williams doesn't need a lot of room to fire that right boot.
Delou actually leaving Malloy there, almost got the challenge.
Marcus Epps will pass it back. Epps was probably the most dangerous player, I think, for Lexington SC in that first 45 minutes.
I would agree with you.
Delou.
Oh, a switch to the wing.
Delou rolls it across. Rafa Mintz again. No look pass. Delou gets on the end of it. Darren Smith is lurking. The attempted cross is played away, and a goal kick awarded. Wow. Looked like a corner from up here, but of course the head referee is down there on the pitch.
That's why you and I get paid to do this.
That's
he
right.
gets paid to do that. You can see, by the way, Neil, City continuing the aggressive play they had in the first half. Really challenging the ball. Not allowing Lexington a lot of time on it.
Epps into the 18. Epps tried to go across. There were 2 players available for Lexington SC, but now one in an offside spot. Epps will play it back to Jacob Green. 24 matches last year for Lexington SC. His goal this year. And Brown will swing it back.
Haruki Yamazaki, right back, leading the press. Darren Smith continues to be a bother.
Arturo Rodriguez, one of the players that came out for Lexington SC, as did Joe Hafferty.
So they leave Zengay in there on the booking.
As we move towards the 50th minute. This portion of the broadcast is brought to you by Fago, proud to be the official pop of DCFC.
Look at how compact City have made the pitch right now. Center backs there pretty much on the halfway line. City moving forward. This is exactly how they want to come out of the dressing room. Heavy touch there. City really boxing Malloy in the middle of the park, as a matter of fact, to lose there, but he's getting a lot of help.
Move into the 50th minute. Aaron Smith now applying some pressure. This is DeLu. And boy, Senley had some moments of peril there for a second. Hernandez Foster will roll it back. So partner, as we move into this 50th minute, what was the adjustment by Lexington SC? What are they doing tactically now?
Well, first of all, you got two up front that they're committing further forward. Second of all, you've got a situation where they've gone from a midfield 4 across that bank of 4 to a 3 and then 2 behind. That's really designed to allow those holding midfielders in front to stop City when they're in attack, but also trigger the attack and then get the ball and go the other way, watch them come forward. But what we see is a lot more room in midfield that City can take advantage of.
DeLu got in the mix. DeLu was called for the foul. Blaine Ferry actually got that arm extended. Green. We go back to Ferry. Firmino tried to quick touch it to Ferry. And this could be a booking, and it will be.
Absolutely. And that is absolutely a correct decision. That's a reckless challenge. You leave your feet. He came in from behind.
Ryan Williams took one for the team there.
Yep, so here Williams gets the turnover, right? He's going forward. And once you leave your feet like that, I'll tell you what, if that leg is higher and catches him a little bit higher up on the leg and the studs got in there.
Could be a color change as far as the
I'll tell you what,
card.
that's an orange card. That is, you got the benefit of the doubt. And if it was about 2 inches or 3 inches higher and those studs made contact rather than the top of the boot, I think Lexington's playing with 10.
Bookings brought to you by the Seva Law Firm. Zaki toe dragging it. And did it go across the line or no? Foul was called.
Firmino didn't like the call. This is referee Njai trying to just keep things under control here. Early booking in the second half, correct booking. Trying to take some of the fizz out.
And as Foster turns. Sends it left side, Silva. Juve tracking back. It's a win, though, for Lexington SC. Juve touches it at midfield. Ball sent in. Rafa Mintz again. Taken down. Official says play on.
I'll wait to see a replay, but you know what? I could see why he might not have made the penalty call. He might argue that Rafa was already going down.
Epps challenged by Yamazaki. And the ball taken away, but then the foul called on Yamazaki.
Here's the ball over the top.
And Lexington SC looking to go off the restart. Juve gets back to challenge. Malloy rolls it to the middle. This portion of the broadcast brought to you by Alumnify. Smart banking, fearless football, one winning team. Alumnify, proud partner of Detroit City FC.
Rookie Yamazaki getting physical here on the near side wing. He's going right at Epps.
And John, we could be looking at another level of evolution to his game. We haven't seen like seeking out the physicality and being the aggressor of the physicality.
Absolutely. When he first arrived in Detroit, he was 100% finesse. He has developed the ability to be a bother. Be unafraid of a little physical contact. He'll stand you up.
Yamazaki pings that one down, looking for Darren Smith. Just hit, go across the line. across.
Good interception there, but couldn't control the touch.
Silva with the aggressiveness, wins it, finds Juve. Just overtouched a little.
If Atez keeps that ball in his boot, he's going to turn on the afterburner, and that's going to be trouble. Look at the way Epps is controlled by Yamazaki.
Firmino gets around Almumensa, but Yamazaki tracks back to turn him away. Yuki Yamazaki shining brightly here in the second half.
You can see Lexington, Green, Brown trying to move the ball quicker. And City's pace is matching them step for step.
Off of Mintz again. Gave a little horseback ride there to Jacob Green, and this will be a booking.
So now you have 3 players playing on a yellow for Lexington. That changes the way they can defend.
Check out the Fago replay.
Alpha comes in, wins the ball, and he gets taken down. Now, the reason that one's going to be called, that's right out of the point of emphasis for pro officials, because Mensingen had won the ball on the wing, and he had space on the wing.
He was on his way.
And so one of the big points of emphasis that we learned about when talking with the referees at the start of the season was bookings for the denial of a promising attack or the stopping of a promising attack. And that's a textbook example of that very thing where Rafa was on the go. And you know what? I was never a math major, but there's 4 Lexington players on a yellow.
It's been quite a few. We'll just say it like that. Atez Juve tried to make a turn. Simile will play it out towards the middle of the pitch. Mensa turns to the right. For Mintz again. Trying to go through Green. Just had to run up his foot a little bit. Firmino pings that one way up in the air. Zenge giving chase, playing on that yellow. Toss it in quickly. Ryan Williams will break up the play, and the foul will go against Jacob Green.
Lexington wants to know why the first foul wasn't given, but that was really just a coming together. That's the one Lexington thought should have been a foul, but he went down way after the contact. And this is, again, cutting off the City player and not allowing them to go forward toward the ball. That's going to be an easier foul for the official to call every time.
Down here on the near side of the pitch, Yamazaki having a discussion with the official.
Of note, Neil, look how deep Malloy is at the moment. First half, Malloy was further forward. He was part of that front bank of midfielders. He's been forced back. He's now in that holding role, right? So he's not been able to get forward and be the distributor or be the bother in attack. He's had to drop back because City have just forced him into that role.
There is Malloy tracking his way back. And of course,
his shadow, Alex DeLue, just off to the part of your picture there.
And remember also, Blaine Ferry is playing on a yellow. So you try to limit his defensive exposure as much as you can.
Sure.
Beautiful job by Yamazaki.
But if Malloy has to come back and help with that, it puts them at a disadvantage for what is the best part of his game.
There's Darren Smith. Asking questions again, Darren Smith. And Darren Smith may go in the books for that. And he will. And we have gotten to the point, yellows were 4-0.
And now yellows are 4-1.
Yep.
So here's Smith asking the questions. Yeah, clipped him on the heel.
And yellows are 4-0. So
Yeah.
that's the flow. You know what you're up against. You know what the flow is going to be.
Anytime you have that kind of disparity in the cards, you just got to watch.
I would say chances are good the next yellow that comes out will be against Detroit City as well. It's just the way that it works. Everybody knows it.
Partner, I would agree with you.
Rafa Mintz again gets the takeaway.
He's had a couple really good interceptions tonight, stepping in, reading things very well.
Montgomery, the goal scorer. Yamazaki lurking near midfield. Yamazaki will give it a go himself. Yamazaki crosses over. Yamazaki tried to get it across to Kobe. Could not do it.
Look at the aggressive pressure by Kobe.
Yamazaki will track back. Alex DeLu occupied his space. Now they will switch. 61st minute. Neil Rule, John Krieger here with you. 1-0 Detroit City FC with the lead. This portion of the broadcast brought to you by the Seva Law Firm.
And there's Malloy trying to get up and make something happen, and 3 City players bracket him right there. He's forced to distribute the ball.
Here's Firmino. Toe pokes it, gets it back. Firmino sends it out into space. Boy, great anticipation by Tommy Silva.
That's been a hallmark of City tonight. Really good anticipation, really good interceptions, really good stepping into the passing lanes. That's how you know a team is really on. And they can get in there, and now we're going to have a couple of subs come on. Late Jope is coming on. Reese Williams is set to come on. Coming off will be number 17, Rafa Menzingen.
Alex DeLu will be the other.
Who has run a very good race.
And that is Danny Dicchio, just refreshing the midfielders, right? Resetting the legs.
Yep, absolutely. So what I think is going to happen here is Late Jope is going to take over the Alex DeLu, I'm going to be the shadow of Malloy role. Now, this is going to be an instance where Late Jope is going to be tested. Not because he can't guard Malloy, but because we know that sometimes Late can run a little hot. And sometimes Malloy can be a master of the dark arts.
That foul will go against Detroit City. And speaking of Malloy, this is his office.
He's got the ability to just put it in there over the wall and dip down. Just a really good control on the set pieces.
And Malloy hasn't really hit a good one yet tonight either.
But he's due.
That was exactly where I was getting at.
He will pop off one. And you better hope you save it.
He had the one that kind of dipped into the turf, right, that Herrera fought off. That one was difficult to deal with. But he hasn't struck one pure, and you know he will, because he's one of the best in the game. Instead, it's sent in towards the back post, and Herrera goes flying across.
I'll tell you what,
punches it away.
That was pretty pure, partner. If Herrera doesn't get the good jump on that, they may have been heading for pay dirt on the far post.
It was actually Blaine Ferry that stepped up, bring that one in.
I'm not sure it would have bent all the way in. It had ways to dip, but Herrera taking no chance.
Corner sent in. Reese Williams to touch it away. Just with a little flick. Lexington SC moving forward now. Ferry's send-in was canceled.
By Late Jope stepping up very nicely.
Devane Brown will come back. Brown, 29 matches played for the Jamaican national team, over 110 MLS matches played. Yamazaki wins it. Yamazaki taken down.
Yamazaki's been punished tonight. He's taken a couple of hard knocks.
Maybe what he's telling the official right now, like, hey, I've been going through it over here. He's dished it out too, though.
Yeah, he has
He's gotten a couple licks back tonight.
Yes.
Hernandez Foster. Montgomery has the goal off a corner.
Yamazaki in Akers' face. Good job to close there by Epps.
Now Momenza takes advantage of some real estate. Hernandez Foster turns back. The switch, Montgomery. Rodriguez. Kind of a token run over there to Montgomery. A lot of intent behind it. Mizaki in the middle, stops, goes the other way, finds Reese Williams. Mizaki along the line, Kobe Hernandez Foster. Now Mizaki able to get his head on it and was eliminated. And that was Blaine Ferry, who's playing on a yellow.
Boy, oh boy.
He was running with the devil there. This portion of the broadcast brought to you by Strategic Staffing Solutions.
And as it happens, there's a talking to right now. There's Yamazawa. I think what keeps Ferry on the pitch is that ball was in the air and it could have been a reasonable step in. But boy, oh boy, that's tough.
So Ryan Williams will have a go here. Kobe Hernandez Foster. Another substitution coming up. Michael Adedokun will come in. Next opportunity, I believe Medense will come out. Of course, Detroit City FC with the pretty good guy with the number 6 on his back. That can have a hit or two. Ryan Williams. Kobe Hernandez Foster curls it. Just overcooks it.
Semle with a really good read there. Just shepherded it out. Coming on for Lexington, Michael Adedokun.
Adedokun played his college soccer at Ohio State, won the Herman Trophy, which is basically the Heisman for soccer. 13th overall pick by Montreal in the 2025 MLS draft. That ball is taken away by Rodriguez, and Rodriguez taken down.
And oh look, the next booking goes to Detroit City FC.
Now Momenza will go in the books.
Funny how that works, partner.
And once again, you will give Malloy an opportunity. The contact wasn't bad, but the look was bad.
Yeah, that was an optics yellow.
Can't have that hook hold of the hip. Nope. Even if you didn't really have it, doesn't matter. So Malloy standing over with Blaine Ferry. I bet you Malloy's going to take the run up this time.
I would not put money against that.
Here we go. Malloy sends it towards the back post. It's headed away. And there's Yamazaki on the left side. The official says play on. But how about Darren Smith? Back there on the back line, able to clear that out. Darren Smith, everybody, has been tremendous all around here this evening.
Yes, he has. And, you know, sometimes when you have a forward in a situation like that, you get a forwards play on the ball or a forwards challenge when they're out of their natural element. That was good body control by Smith. Just send it out there, clear it out. And partner, we have arrived at the chippy portion of the program where there will be some extra regulation required.
Throw goes into the 18. Lai Jope comes across to play it away, so we'll do it again.
Jope staying very composed out there. That's what you need to see from him.
Throw back into the 18. This time it's Atez Juf. Clearing it out. Reese Williams will catch up to it. Ryan Williams will try to counter. Pass just out of the reach of Kobe Hernandez-Foster.
It's not what you do once you lose the ball, though. It's how you recover, and City have recovered pretty well.
Firmino. Ferry. Epps. Darren Smith comes back and takes it away. Jobe. Turn back. He's got 3 defenders on him, and he's keeping it. And thought he got taken down. Official says play on. And now that whistle will go against City. Jobe having some words with the official.
So here's the message from Danny Dicchio if I'm down there on the touchline. Calm down. You have a 1-goal lead. Don't allow the referee's decision to take you out of your game.
Boy drops it in a bucket in the corner. Cross was cut out, so he wanted a handball, didn't get it. Boy tried to fizz it in, and was equally fizzed out immediately by Tommy Silva, the former freshman All-American at UCLA. Traditional Big Ten power, UCLA.
Yeah. Nothing says Midwest college sports like Westwood, California.
Right. Beautiful campus, though. Like, beautiful, like unbelievably beautiful.
Had a chance 2 years ago to call my first match at Pauley Pavilion at Michigan State. And boy, is it fun.
Green on the wing. Ferry had it played away by Reese Williams. Darren Smith tracks back to get it. Sends it to Yamazaki. Zaki heads it down, heads it out.
Good body control for Yamazaki to keep that head to be able to make the play.
Hernandez-Foster played it out. Epps will send it back. 73rd minute. Neil Rule, John Krieger here with you. We're at Keyworth Stadium. Electric atmosphere. The Prinx Tire USL Cup. Huge 3 points on the line. The winner here tonight will join Lou City at the top of group number 4. They will basically have a stranglehold on their destiny. Whoever gets this 3 points. Don't forget, in 2 weeks, Lou City will be here at Keyworth for the next matchup in the Prinx Tires USL Cup.
That one's going to be on ESPN2.
It will be national.
National audience.
And it will be rocking.
No doubt.
BetCityFC.com. Get your tickets, roll out.
And by the way, that's a men's women's doubleheader right there.
Malloy holds it across. Gay plays it. Crossed in.
He won himself
out.
a corner.
Yes, he did. That was good work. We strictly want to. Aiden Stanley getting loose. He will come in at the next opportunity. I believe he's coming in for Atez Juf.
A lot of bodies down in the 6-yard box, Neil. Crowded area for Herrera.
Corner fired in, and going up and getting it is Carlos Herrera.
How about that? In a crowded 6-yard box. Read it all the way. Great body positioning.
Fires it up looking for Reese Williams.
Came up just short. But now you give the ball right back to Lexington and you let them keep the pressure on.
Firmino to Epps. Back for Firmino. Firmino tried to toe poke it through, and Amumensa shut it down.
Partner, the last 6 or 7 minutes, Lexington SC has found another gear. They are giving it right to Le Rouge. They've been quicker to the ball. They've been better in some of the duels. A lot of conceded throws in corners.
Corner coming up for Lexington SC. Ball whipped in towards the back post, and Herrera gets a fist on it and sends it away. That ball driven towards the back post, unable to get on the end of it.
Neil, that save by Herrera is excellent for a couple of reasons. First of all, gets up and palms it away with a good strong hand, but you see him move his head there. He saw nobody was out past the post for Lexington, so if he put it out there, his defenders had a chance to catch up to it. That's the guy in the air that read the ball was there and knew where the space was.
Couple of substitutions coming up gives me an opportunity to tell you guys, folks, the month of June is here, and that means it's Pride Racer time once again for Detroit City FC. Each goal scored during the month of June raises money, which benefits the Ruth Ellis Center, a great organization making a tangible difference in the LGBTQ plus community. Scan the QR code on your screen right now and make your pledges. Aiden Stanley comes in. Latif Blessing also comes in for Lexington SC. Blaine Ferry goes to the bench. Had a yellow he was playing on, ran close to the devil one time.
And frankly, because he's that close to the devil, I think that is Mac Hemme saying, you know what, let's not leave that to chance.
Darren Smith gets a foot on it.
I have no idea how he still has gas in the tank.
He's flying around this pitch still. Nearly and did create the turnover. Reese Williams trying to fight his way through. And the foul will go against Reese. Quick restart by Lexington SC. John, you can feel it in the air. Business is picking up here at Keyworth.
Yep. We have reached the portion of the program where Lexington is going to chase. City's going to have to make sure they don't get compacted down into the defensive third, but don't overcommit and allow space.
And Williams couldn't control the intercepted pass. Throw coming in quickly. Latif Blessing tried to cross it. It's played out. Reese Williams tried to cut it back. Defender right behind him. Ball would stay in.
We have not seen any sustained possession from Detroit City FC really in the last 6 minutes of this match. This is another level for Lexington. We talked about it in the open. It's a very talented, very deep squad. Their record is not indicative of how good this club is. And they have the staying power to go late into matches, and we are seeing that right now.
Ball up ahead for Jacob Green. Does nicely to get it to Epps, gets it back. Goes back to Epps. Yamazaki shuts it down.
City could do with just some sustained ball holding right now. Just regroup a little bit. You remember that possession advantage that Detroit City FC had at the break? That's gone. Possession right now, 55-45 Lexington.
Zaki does well to shepherd that one across the goal line. City has done a good job, though, here in the second half of defending the Alamo, John. Like, as far as the goal itself, you haven't seen a ton of dangerous opportunities.
Nope, you're absolutely right. fact, most of the statistical categories being led by Lexington right now, but when it's come to the moment to finish, DCFC have been very bent but don't break.
Kendall Burks really gain control of it. And Williams looks for Joe.
Heavy touch, and Malloy right there.
Joe tracks back. Mensa. That ball. No chances by Herrera.
A little bit of scramble in Detroit City FC right now.
Zaki locked up over there. Vidokun. Mensa couldn't do what he wanted to with the clearance. Firmino. Lexington SC bombing forward.
Really sustained possession for them. City need an interception and keep the ball here for 30 seconds.
Mizaki takes it away and is fouled from behind. And City will take this for sure.
You know what? That is just as good as sustained possession. Get the foul, everybody breathe, move it forward. Just a really good moment to reset. You got a lot of guys out there breathing pretty hard in Rouge kits.
Maybe Hernandez Foster. Send it down looking for Reese Williams just over the top. If Reese could have got his forehead on that, Darren Smith was there ready to go 1v1.
But at least now for Detroit City, the ball's down in the attacking end.
Get a chance to breathe.
Yep.
I don't know if it would be a foul call or a throw. Looks like it'll be a foul. Lexington will take advantage of some real estate. Boy slots it across.
Lexington have gone from a back four to a back three, committing the extra body forward.
And Williams takes it away, Montgomery. Kobe Hernandez Foster chips it up. Can Williams get on the end of it? He's cut off by Brown. Reese Williams will go back. I believe this will be a throw for City. No, it will go to Lexington.
But still, it again forces the throw to stay down in that end.
And Williams goes down.
And he was advised by the referee to get up.
Yamazaki trying to track back. Oh, and that one came right up here.
Duck and cover up here in the booth.
Right off the old broadcast booth window.
I was not in position to make the save.
I thought you were going to get a flick on it, partner.
No. There was a partner that there was too much mustard on the hot dog.
In the meantime, Amu Mensah down. Let's get a look at this.
He wins the ball and then gets cleared out. I'll tell you what, on a different day and with a different referee, I've seen that blown. And now we're getting a little chippy. Herrera shoves the guy.
Zaki having discussions.
Maloyan politicking.
Latif Blessing very kindly gives the ball back to Yamazaki.
And Devin is hot, and somebody's going in the book. And it's Malloy who's going in the book, and somebody else.
Kobe Hernandez Foster. It's funny how those always end the discussions. When the cards get drawn.
It's amazing how the crowd dissipates.
Yep.
It's like a citronella candle. Just pull that out and everything goes away. (5-3) now the Yellows.
Now Momenza with the restart. Curious to see how much time from this adventure goes back on to the stoppage time.
City would be fine if none of it went back on.
Now Momenza pings it up, looking for Darren Smith, just overcooks it.
And a shout out, by the way, to Ryan Homick, who is back doing the fourth official job of taking bullets.
Poor guy, man. He's never getting good news in that scenario. There is no good news.
No.
It's only bad news. Zemle. Zemle will play it up towards midfield. Ryan Williams able to get his foot on it. Floats it to Silva. Silva trying to keep it. Three guys converge.
Really good job by Tommy Silva over there not to allow Lexington to set anything up. Fine, force it back to the keeper, but that's a good bit of control by Silva to eat up some time. Keep the pressure off a little bit.
Still just the 86th minute. So there is some time to work with, and here's some trouble. Yamazaki tracks back and takes it away. Boy, Aiden Stanley run through on that far touchline.
And the referee over.
And this will not be a booking on Zenge, who is playing on a yellow right now.
Oh my. Partner.
Just overrunning it.
So here's Yamazaki. There's the ball out wide. He got pushed in the back. And by the way, that's two Lexington players in the facts matter category who are playing on yellows and went in with some pretty interesting challenges and got to stay on the pitch. But that's why we're up here and he's down there.
Silva on the restart, sends it along the line. Headed out, throw coming up for Detroit City. We move towards the 88th minute. Neil Wool, John Krieger here with you. Keyworth Stadium, Detroit City FC, undefeated here this season. Prinx Tires USL Cup. Both these sides looking for their second win. Whoever gets the win here tonight will join Lou City at the top of group number 4.
If City hold on here, what a matchup on the 20th on ESPN2 between the top two teams in the group. And that's a foul.
Wow, that's going to go against Momenza.
Wow. Okay.
And Green will take control. Dokun able to establish the possession right side. Firmino, 35 matches last year for Lexington SC, rolls it across. Brown, second half sub. Malloy finds the mark as he usually does. Stanley locking up over there with Marcus Epps. It's very dangerous. Stanley will touch it to Kobe Hernandez-Foster.
Don't send the long ball. Keep this for a minute.
Along the line, just out of the reach of Kobe Hernandez-Foster.
Tell you what, touches are getting heavy.
It's 85 degrees. Pure sun. You know that pitch was well into the 90s. This is two sides that have wanted to play here tonight.
It's been a great match.
There's been no moments of chill out there at all.
Nope. Really great advertisement for Prinx Tires USL Cup Soccer.
Firmino. Mensa up the challenge against Rodriguez. Stanley trying to find Darren Smith. He couldn't adjust the run.
You know what? I think Darren is finally starting to tire just a little bit, and he is justified.
He is. He has been a rocket moving around this pitch. Defensively, challenging.
Cleared one off the line earlier.
Yes, he did. And oh, by the way, assisted on the goal. Dekun settles it down for Mina to the middle. Malloy couldn't control it. Darren Smith. Good job by Green to track back and take it away.
Oof, Aroki.
Yamazaki, the aggressor this time.
Good job by Yamazaki to get out of the situation. And here's your stoppage time board 4. That is great news for Detroit City FC.
And Malloy going full send into the 18. Drives it. Right side, Amu Mensah, 50-50 ball. Darren Smith couldn't keep it. Green. Kobe tracks back to touch it away.
City readying a couple of subs just to eat a little bit of time. Get some fresh bodies out there, readying themselves. Ben Morris is readying himself and getting final tactical instructions.
And Chulam, I believe, also getting ready. Brown with some space.
That might be Tabor Ataka.
Oh, yes, it is.
Yep, I didn't know how much Chisholm might be able to go. It's Tabor Ataka.
Ball played down. Halfway through stoppage time. Silva gets it up in the air along the line. Direct ball floated in the air. Yamazaki comes over.
And that will at the least get the subs in if the referee sees it. Oh boy.
And that foul will go against Lexington SE.
And finally, Haruki Yamazaki gets a whistle.
Taka Preston will come in. Ben Morris will come in.
Haruki Yamazaki working, and finally gets taken out again. And the body in front. Green cuts him off.
Darren Smith, I would imagine, is going to be one that comes off.
And he will deserve it and get a hand. And you are correct. Ben Morris coming in for Darren. Ataka coming on. We'll wait to see who officially.
Kobe Hernandez Foster comes over to the bench. He run a pretty good race tonight, too.
You're not letting Ben Morris on the pitch. Danny Tiki would like an explanation as to why. So Morris gets to wait.
Does Kobe Hernandez Foster go back in then? There's 10 on the field right now for Detroit City.
don't think I've seen that before. We are through the 4 minutes of stoppage.
Yamazaki will send this one towards the corner to Reese Williams.
And now that ball's out.
Maybe last call time here for Lexington SC. Firmino through the middle. Settled down by Rodriguez. Puts it out wide. Stepping up, right foot shot, redirected! And Lexington SC gets the equalizer at the death.
Stunning. And I want to count the players out here. Neil, help me. I think City was still playing with 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, they did have 11 out there. So, but what an absolute stunner at the end. Job couldn't close him down. He sent it out wide. The clearance wasn't there. A deflection. Nothing Herrera can do. And all of City's good work undone as the ball goes off of a City defender and into the net. And at the death, Lexington steals a point.
Keep in mind there will be no draws in the group stage. If the match is tied, you go directly to a penalty shootout. If you win the penalty shootout, you get an extra point. And there is the final whistle.
And the City faithful not happy at the final whistle.
So we will take a break. When we come back, we have the penalty shootout. An extra point on the line. Latif Blessing at the end of the regulation time equalizes, and we'll be back with the penalty shootout. This is the Prinx Tires USL Cup, USL Championship Soccer.
Adulting? Overrated. Financial freedom? Now that's the move. Meet Alumnify, banking built for real life. No jargon, no hassle, just smart money moves made simple. Want to save more, spend smarter, build wealth? We've got your back. With 0 hidden fees and game-changing savings rates, this is banking that fits your life. Alumnify. Let's go.
This is for the ones who show up strong. This is for the leaders, the doers, warriors. At Wayne State, we don't talk about strength, we show it in classrooms and clinics, in research that starts locally and reaches statewide. So while some other places promise greatness, we'll be out there leading the way. We are more than a university in Detroit. We are Detroit in a university. Wayne State University, Warrior Strong.
Join me as I take a deep dive into the least insulted ticketing app in history, SeatGeek. Did SeatGeek invent the ticket?
No, but we do make them work.
Drum roll, please. Ooh, how do I use the seat view feature?
It shows seats with a pole blocking the view. Don't buy those.
What if I want to sit behind a pole?
Buy those.
Join me as I bore you to death with a series of interviews about a ticketing app that just does what it's supposed to do.
Detroit City FC is presented by Grit Technologies, IT that works, support that answers, and problems that stay fixed.
Who wouldn't like a penalty shootout?
Absolutely. Prinx Tires USL Cup, there are no draws. The winner of this penalty shootout will scoop up the extra point. They will get a total of 2. And keep in mind, Lou City will be here at Keyworth in 2 weeks. And remember, the top group winners, the 7 group winners, will automatically advance to the knockout stage. There will be 1 additional spot that is given to a wild card team. So this shootout becomes critical for both sides, because theoretically, if you're Detroit City FC, you control your fate because Lou City's coming here in 2 weeks. This is a critical point for both sides.
Folks in the luxury boxes getting a little extra tonight as the penalty shootout will take place at the suites end of Keyworth Stadium. In case you are tuning in and have never seen a penalty shootout before, it's 5 shooters for either team. If we're tied at the end of the 5th shooter, then it is mismake. 1 and 1 and 1 and 1 until somebody's got 1 more goal.
Carlos Herrera, Oliver Semle, the combatants at the keeper spot.
I'll tell you what, if I am a team, I want to go first always, and so Detroit City FC looks like they will take the first penalties.
Joe will line it up. Critical point on the line. And John, because somebody's getting it. That's what it is. Somebody's getting the point. So
this matters.
It's huge. Oliver Semle at 6'3". Lijo, the run up, the blast, and Semle closes the door. That's the 2nd penalty stop he's made here today.
Boy, he uses the height, and let me tell you, partner, I think Lijo telegraphed that. Watch his head. He turns to look at that corner, and Semle got a jump and was able to get the hands up. It struck decently, but the keeper read the right way and read something in Lay's body. Yes, the right way.
And now Aaron Malloy steps in to lead things off in a critical attempt for Lexington SC. 4 goals on the season, all 4 of them outside the 18. He's got an absolute rocket. Malloy runs up and buries it just inside that left post.
That's perfect. There's nothing Carlos Herrera can do there.
Not a keeper in the world stopping that one.
Nope. Power and placement, that's perfect.
Fago replay. Perfect execution.
What a swing this is for Lexington. 93 minutes and 55 seconds. They're trailing. Now they have a chance to extend and get a 2nd point.
Itaka Preston, who came on as a late sub, is now involved in the most critical part of this match so far. Veteran, over 175 USL Championship matches played. Runs up, right foot, and closing the door one more time, Oliver Semle.
He hasn't allowed a goal on a penalty yet. 3 for 3 for Semle. And now Lexington can take a hammerlock on this penalty shootout. Tabor Itaka is looking at that corner all the way. And a great jump by Semle. And he makes the save.
Dokun steps in, the former Ohio State Buckeye.
Carlos has got to get one here.
Dokun, the Herman Trophy winner back in 2024 for Ohio State. Choppy step, run up, and Herrera got a piece of it but couldn't deny it.
Another well-struck penalty. You put that much power behind it, the keeper has to have perfect hands. And Herrera didn't get enough on it to steer it around the post. Well struck, high enough that a keeper can make a save there, but too much pace for Herrera to control. And now a must-make for Detroit City FC if they're going to have any hope here.
Aiden Stanley has to convert to keep Detroit off the brink. Stanley swings, and once again, Oliver Semle is pitching a shutout here in this penalty shootout.
Just amazing goalkeeping. Again, though, the placement of the penalty, that's where this ends up. Comes in, strikes it.
In the middle again.
Goes right down the middle. And at a height where even if you're moving to one corner or the other, you can reach back and make the save. So Semle has stopped 4 penalties today. 1 in normal time, 3 here.
And now Nick Firmino can close the door. If he converts, it's over. And Carlos Herrera able to make the save, keeping Detroit City FC alive.
It's a high jump by Herrera, but he drags the hand down and knocks it away. And City, the heartbeat is thready, but it's still there after Carlos Herrera keeps him in it. By the way, the man of the match is clearly Semle for Lexington.
He's been incredible.
4 penalty saves tonight.
Ben Morris. Detroit City FC has to get every conversion and stop every shot. And that man, Oliver Semle, has been brilliant. Morris, the run up, and that time, Ben Morris connects just inside the left post.
Good placement by Morris. Good power, good placement.
So now partner for Lexington SC, Marcus Epps comes up. And if Herrera's able to get a stop, that'll kind of change the physiology in the room a little bit, you would think.
Absolutely. Especially if he gets the stop and City converts. And it becomes a real pressure kick.
Marcus Epps, arguably probably the most dangerous attacker for Lexington SC here this evening. Epps, the run up, the right foot. He sends it in, and Lexington SC scoops up the extra point here in the Prinx Tires USL Cup.
Well done by Semle in the penalty shootout. Well done by Lexington to never stop running. They controlled the final 20 minutes of the match. They got the equalizer at the death off an unkind deflection, but it doesn't matter how it goes in. It matters that it goes in. We go to penalties, and Semle stood on his head. And Detroit City FC goes from taking 3 points to finishing with 1. And now they don't control as much of their destiny in the group.
So we will take a break, come back, get you the highlights, and wrap this broadcast up. Actually, we will keep it here, as a matter of fact. And there, as you talked about, John, is the man of the match, Oliver Semle. 4 cracks from the penalty spot. He turned away all 4 of them. Only Ben Morris was able to convert. He's a big-time player, and we talked about it. He set the USL clean sheet rookie record with 12 for Lou City back in 2023. He was a force.
We can see why. I can see why he kept it in. Let's take a look at some of the highlights from tonight's match. This, about halfway through the first half, Atez Diouf against his former club goes in, draws the penalty. He asks for the ball, gets it from Rafa Mensingen, and can't convert the penalty. It's just not taken strong enough. Doesn't get enough on it, and read all the way by Semle, and we stay level there, scoreless, halfway through the opening frame. Then in the 28th minute, a piece of set-piece mastery for DCFC. Beautiful ball in, touched in by Darren Smith and Callum Montgomery. Johnny on the spot, he puts it home with a nice one-touch tap in, and City with the shot of the match presented by Tullamore Dew as Callum Montgomery gives City the lead in the first half. Then on the 75th minute, Lexington puts it toward the back post, and Carlos Herrera comes up with the save of the match, presented by Alumnify. Knows there's no Lexington player behind him, gets out with a strong palm, and that's our save of the match. At that point, things looked great for Detroit City FC until this. The unkindest cut of all, past the actual amount of stoppage time, into the 95th minute. This, a clearance that was not enough, and then a shot in and a deflection off the Detroit City FC defender, and sometimes the unkindest cut of all, and we are level. And as you come across, that's a deflection for DCFC, not able to put it in, and partner, I didn't see the number there, but we go to the penalty shootout, and that is the shot that converts it for Epps as he puts it home, and 2 points for Lexington SC. Detroit City FC thought they had a win and come away with a bitter taste in their mouth.
So let's check out the updated standings in Group 4 for the Prinx Tires USL Cup. And there you see the damage that got done to Detroit City FC. They were seconds away from being 2-0 up at the top of the group with Lou City, but life moves pretty fast. And now they're going to be battling for their life when Lou City comes into town.
Yeah, Ferris Bueller said it right. Life moves that fast. If you don't keep an eye on it, you might miss it. Detroit City now need those points against Lou City FC. Sets up a great showdown on ESPN2 in 2 weeks' time.
It was a very entertaining match, high level, lots of pace to it here, but in the end, Lexington SC victorious. For our entire broadcast crew, our producer John Safaro, my broadcast partner John Krieger, my name is Neil Rule, reminding you one final time, Lexington SC gets the extra point in penalties after a 1-1 draw. Have a great Saturday evening, everybody. Thanks for watching. Well, see you later.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent of the United Soccer League.